Hey guys, my name's Aisha, and today I want to talk to you guys about a topic that I would argue has become almost controversial in our society today, and that's this idea of a house husband. So there's this new trend that's starting where a lot more women are becoming the breadwinners of the house, and more men are comfortable with staying home and taking on a more domestic role, if you will. But what I really want to specifically talk about is the negative reactions that are coming from it, specifically from other men. This disdain, this shock towards men that choose to stay home. And first of all, for those of you who believe that I am making this up, I am not. But I do dare you guys to actually have these conversations with other people to kind of see and observe it for yourselves. Because just speaking from personal observations at different social gatherings and watching, the things that are being said in the body language that's emitting inadvertently is very interesting. One example that I can give you guys, I was at a social gathering, it was like around noon, and some women were talking, and I don't remember names, but there was two women specifically that were just like, oh, like, we gotta go home soon, we gotta pick up the kids, we gotta make sure food's ready, Billy Joe will be calling us soon to, ask, like, where are you, and so on. And this other woman was like, oh, well, in conversation, she was just like, oh, Steve actually takes care of all that, because I work all day. And she just kind of threw it in there. And they were both immediately, like, their immediate response were like, oh my gosh. Oh my God, girl, are you serious? Like, he stays at home, he does all that? Like, girl, you are so lucky. And she just kind of like smiled, and she just kind of like, laughed it off. But thinking back to it, I'm like, how exactly is she lucky? I mean, she's taking care of things outside the house, and he's taking care of things inside the house. And normally, don't guys take care of things outside the house, and women take care of things inside the house, and that's seen as normal? So why is this suddenly, seen differently? Like, why is it such a big deal made out of it? I mean, if you see men talking, it's like, oh man, like, what does your wife do? And the other guy will be like, oh yeah, man, like, she's just a housewife, like, I do all the work, 'cause she's just a housewife, ha ha ha, yeah. So it's not a big deal. Like, housewives aren't really given that credit. And I mean, just seeing this for myself, like, some of my aunts are housewives, and I mean, the amount of work they do is just, I mean, incredible. Like, from the time that they get up to the time where they go to sleep, I would argue sometimes that they do more work than my uncles do, but that credit isn't always given. And so I kind of wonder why. Why is it not such a big deal when a woman is the one that's at home, but when a man is, it's such a huge deal, such a big accomplishment. Or I mean, and some of the men that react to it, like, either they'll do one of two things. It'll be either, oh man, like, you got a sugar mama on you, or it's like, oh my God, man, like, you lazy, like, man up, like, I mean, you're supposed to be taking care of the house, like, that typical, like, male role, like, it's almost like emasculation. So why is that? I mean, is this a question of gender roles? Is this a question of these narrowly constricted form of masculinity, femininity, created by society and perpetuated? Or is this a question of patriarchy? Like, what do you guys think? I mean, comment below and tell me your thoughts. Like, do you see this happening, and why do you think it's happening? And don't forget to like and subscribe this video if you want me to make other videos that start the conversations about these taboo topics. Alright, thank you for listening to this video so far, and hopefully you will come to future videos that I make. Thanks and goodbye.